What up, world? Welcome to another edition of Rage Reviews. I'm your boy JusRzd, and today we chopping it up about Kaiju number 8, episode 9. Let's get into it. Do me a favor. Go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things that you know you're supposed to be doing. Anyway, we on YouTube now. What are you doing? This Friday, July 5th, I have a brand new single dropping. It's called Function. It's a collab with myself, Q, that's QEW, and Wayne Classic, and it's a dope West Coast bop party record, and it's called Function. And I want to see you guys at the function, so tap in with your boy. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Like I said, today we're chopping up about Kaiju number 8, episode 9. Normally, so far, I've been reviewing this series 2 episodes at a time, but shout out to my work clothes. Your boy's tired. So I'm only doing 1 episode a day. There's only 4 episodes left in the first season. First season only has 12 episodes. This is the 9th episode of the first season, and I was excited to tap in with this, bro. They went ham on this episode. So this episode picks up right where episode 8 left off. So we have a shot of Kafka just in deep thought, just chilling in his room, and then we have a shot of the vice captain actually reviewing notes on Kaiju number 8. And next thing we know, we see the alarms go off. We see the Kaiju that we saw at the end of episode 8 pretty much attacking the city. Like, they're just dropping onto the city and just destroying it. They were attacking the actual base, and it's really like a coordinated attack by the Kaiju, and it's kind of leaving the defense force like bewildered because they don't know what's going on. It's a surprise attack right after they just finished the mission, and it's just like they're confused, and they're scrounging up everybody that's on duty, everybody that's off duty. Captain Mina is actually away from the base at this time, so the vice captain is actually in charge of the combat and in charge of everything that's gonna be taking place, as far as deploying units and all these different measures to protect the base and to destroy the Kaiju. And it's interesting to me, just the strategy that's deployed in this particular episode, because of the level of Kaiju that actually are attacking the base. They're kind of like high level Kaiju. They realize something's off, and Kafka contacts the vice captain and just gives them a clue like, hey, normally these type of Kaiju only show up by themselves. It's a lot of these jokers and they're working together to destroy the base. Something's not right. And the vice captain is actually on the battlefield, and he's realizing the same thing. He was just like, that just lets me know that this is a coordinated attack, and that we're dealing with some level of intelligence with these Kaiju, and a more experienced and powerful and well-trained leader on the battlefield as well. And as soon as he says that, he ends up walking into a Daikaiju that is on the field, actually controlling the other Kaiju that are on the field attacking the base. And this Daikaiju, of course, can talk, and just comes up to the vice captain and straight up says, hey, are you the strongest person here? Because I'm looking for the strongest person here. And immediately the vice captain's like, oh, well, you can talk too. Cool. Because remember, they just finished dealing with Kaiju number 9. So it was just like, just assessing each other. And of course, the Kaiju throws out some attacks. The vice captain was able to dodge it. And that excites the Daikaiju, because he's like, oh, okay, you dodged it, so that means you are the strongest person here. So I guess right. And so they just start going at it and start battling. It cuts around the entire battlefield and the defense force base, and just showing everybody's kind of struggling to get their bearings, and they're trying to attack the Kaiju that are attacking the base, but their armor is so strong in the front that they're not really penetrating through their armor to like really stop them or make a difference. And so of course the officers are getting discouraged, and Kafka calls out to all the officers like, "Hey, their armor's too strong. You can't attack them from the front. You have to get behind them." So one of the rookies was like, "All right, bet we got to get behind them. So let's do it. Let's two-man this thing." So him and his homie, they go up, try to get behind the kaiju to attack the kaiju from behind, because they know that's their weak spot. And as soon as he gets a good shot to shoot from behind, another kaiju pops out of the building that's behind the kaiju that he's trying to shoot, and attacks him, pretty much causing him to have to dodge, which ends up not enabling him to actually get the shot off and be able to attack the kaiju that he was trying to attack. So he's like, "Dang, man, we can't even get behind them because they're coordinated." So now it's like they know that that's their weak spot, so they're trying to protect it. And so they have never dealt with this level of like intelligence and coordination when it comes to dealing with kaiju. It's never been this coordinated or intelligent to fight against. And so they're struggling to do that as they're trying to figure out a new pivot and a new plan. And just when they're looking for how they're going to pivot, in steps Kikuru. And Kikuru hits him on the comms and like, "Yo, watch out. I got a new plan. So I'm going to go ahead and take the lead." So she ends up popping up on the battlefield with this brand new weapon. It's like a glowing axe, and goes to town on the first kaiju and just rips through his armor with with the new weapon that she has. And she just starts going crazy, just not taking out kaiju left and right with the axe. She does realize through the process of using this particular weapon that she can't just be reckless with it, and that she has to be calculated, because it's draining her energy. Well, not necessarily draining her energy, but it's causing her to use a lot of energy to actually wield this particular weapon. And this weapon was actually given to her from the vice captain and Mina, because she is the third strongest officer on the base. Because you have Mina, you have the vice captain, and she's the only person that can on the base that can release I want to say it was 40-something% of her suit's power, and because of that, she's the third strongest person on the base. And so she's going ham with that. As she's dealing with that, she almost gets blindsided by a kaiju, but Reno actually comes up and saves her with some freeze rounds, and starts attacking some of the kaiju. And he starts attacking some of the kaiju that are around them, trying to pretty much keep them flustered and keep them separated and confused, and pretty much mess with their coordination, their coordinated attack. So then from that moment, we actually cut back to the vice captain and the Daikaiju fighting, and we get to see pretty much the vice captain cut loose a little bit, and he just really starts going ham on the Daikaiju and just starts slicing and dicing them. He tries to slice him at first and realizes his armor is just a tad bit too dense and too strong for him to like really make great incisions. But then he starts going into his different forms and stances, and starts slicing this dude like crazy. And while he's in the middle of slicing him up and dodging the Daikaiju's attacks, we start seeing backup, and we start seeing the different platoons actually coming to back up the officers and helping them take out the other kaiju that are attacking the city and attacking the base. And so we see the backup arrive. We see the officers' morale raised because the backup has arrived. And then we cut back to, of course, the vice captain and the Daikaiju continuing their fight. The vice captain is now all loose. He's got the swords out, and we see that they're like a special weapon as well. And he's going ham with the cuts, and he keeps slicing them up, but the Daikaiju keeps regenerating. So it's just like a back and forth and back and forth. He's dodging his attacks and he's cutting them up. The Daikaiju's getting frustrated because he's like, bro, if you keep telegraphing your attacks, I'm gonna know how to counter you. So like he's getting frustrated. The Daikaiju is here for all the smoke and all the fights, and the vice captain is legitimately just trying to kill him. So he ends up cutting up his arms, cutting up his chest, and exposing his core like in his back. And so he takes a different angle and tries to come at his back and slice through his core, and he ends up slicing him with one of his techniques, and realizes what looks like a victory is actually not. And so we have the people in the control room that are observing everything, celebrating because they feel like the vice captain has now won. And unfortunately, the vice captain, who's actually in the middle of the fight, is like, I didn't get to his core quick enough. He moved it before I could actually slice it. And next thing you know, the Daikaiju actually transforms himself into like this metamorphosis pod type of thing that releases a bunch of steam. And then once it releases all of its steam, it actually comes out, the Daikaiju comes out transformed and very large, like Godzilla sized almost. And he is now at a fortitude of 9.0. Now we know Kaiju number 8. We know Kafka Hibino, his fortitude is 9.8, which is the highest they've ever seen on record. So this new Daikaiju, he has just transformed into a large Daikaiju and has now raised his fortitude up to 9.0. And right after he raises his fortitude and comes out with this new transformed look, he pretty much roars in the middle of the battlefield, and the episode ends there. And bruh, when I tell you the vice captain's fights are fire. his fights, the vice captain's fights, are some of the dopest fights I've seen animated in this show. Like Kikuru's fights are pretty dope. Kaiju number 8s are awesome. Even Reno's were pretty cool. But the vice captain, when he get busy and get down and start to slicing and dicing and start to getting into his techniques and his styles, bruh, bravo. Because that the way they animate that and the way this story has been developing and the way the fights have been going, like I said, I love the animation style because it's chill when we chilling, but the moment it's time to turn up and get serious and we fighting and we scrapping, that animation style turns up to 11 with the stakes, and it's just like, bro, this is phenomenal. This is season 1. This is only season 1, episode 9. And this joint is fire. So we're going to get down to brass tacks. We're going to get down to the rating. I got to rate this particular episode 9.5. 9.5. They got ambushed. They got ambushed by the Kaiju. They got a coordinated attack from the Kaiju. They got this new Daikaiju in the middle of the battlefield, talking first of all, and then challenging the vice captain, making sure he's the strongest, wanting a fight. He's over here excited to fight the vice captain like Goku, and it's just like it was a phenomenal episode. It was super dope. If you haven't added Kaiju number 8 to your anime watch list yet, do so. Please do so. I ain't saying you gotta watch it right now immediately, but add it to your watch list. Put it towards the top though. Put it towards the top. Put it up there with Solo Leveling. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta watch this anime. It's super dope, super appealing, and it's a fun time. It's a fun time. It's a fun story so far. The fights are phenomenal. The story is pretty cool and interesting. And hey, it is a great time. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you agree with me about this anime and about this story. If you're enjoying it so far. No spoilers in the comments. Don't be that. Don't be those type of people. But But yeah, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the episode, how you felt about it, if you're loving the animation style like I'm loving the animation style. Let me know how you're feeling about this season so far. I'll probably do the last 3 episodes, so episode 10, episode 11, and episode 12. I'll probably do those reviews individually. Just because I did this one individually, so I don't want to try to group them all together and be like the major finale, and then that's gonna be like an hour-long video. I ain't got time. So I ain't got the time or the space. So I'll probably do them all individually. Yeah. This, like I said, this episode was phenomenal. I gave it a 9.5. Let me know what you would rate it in the comments section. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video to those who have watched it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, man. We're building a community, blurredom, a community of freedom, and a community of music lovers. Do some more music related content here soon. Especially once I finish the review for the Acolyte and for Kaiju number 8, I'm gonna start doing more music related videos. Just talking about different topics. Might do one about lyricism, might do one about artistry, and just trying to get a feel for different things that we can talk about on this particular channel. If you would like for me to cover a specific topic in regards to music, video games, anime, or movies or shows or whatever, or you have a show specifically that you want me to review, put it in the comments below, and we'll definitely give it a shot. And yeah, if you want to check out any of the content, any of my socials, and any of the music, it's all found in the Linktree, and the Linktree is in the description of the video, of every video actually. So yeah, don't forget, it's free. So to the soul, free. Let's get it.